the nation of Israel in these last days. The other apostles, great millstone, also known as GMS. Salutation to the Most High's men, both on the earth, pushing his word, sincerity, and truth. And shalom to the sisters that support and subscribe wholeheartedly to the message of deliverance and salvation of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. This is GMS Mississippi coming out once again, week in and week out, to prophesy the uplifting of the nation of Israel, the house of Israel, which in today's time are known as the lost sheep of the nation of Israel, starting with Judah, the so-called Negro, Benjamin, the so-called West Indians, Levi, the so-called Haitians, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Zebulun, the so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Gad, the so-called North American Indians, Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, Naphtali, Argentina to Chile, Asher, so-called Colombians and Uruguayans, and then you have Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. This make up the house of Israel. Hey, somebody get a second initial, 9 and 1.
Somebody did it for there.
This second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure the time diligently in itself.
And that's what we're doing. We're measuring the time diligently by doing what? Watching and being seers, not only for our own salvation, but for the house of Israel as well. Watching and understanding the events that are taking place throughout the entire planet Earth and how they were left as clues and breadcrumbs in order for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's vision to take place. Because contrary to popular belief, everything that you know and see to be right now is not going to be forever. It's not going to be eternal. You know, everybody's doing the Black Friday shopping right now, being in the holly jolly spirit and things of that nature. The Most High said he was going to tear down this particular places, man. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told you before.
So when you see some of these signs come to pass, the state that he has told you before, meaning what? Put us in remembrance, not only knowing who we are, but also reminding us, okay, plagues, turmoil, chaos, nation rising against nation, wars and rumors of wars happening and occurring, all are signs showing that we are in the last days, right? And what comes in the last days is the Most High's word was going to be spread, and then it says what? Then the end shall come. You know, we're living in that time to where we're hastening in the end, because the end is simultaneously to what you so-called Christians look unto as the day of the Lord. But you don't really want the Lord to come back, because you want this place to last. You want the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son to rule in their realm, so you can rule in wickedness down here.
Then shalt thou understand that it is that very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And you got to understand what that means. It says that he shall begin to visit. How is he going to visit the place before he truly visits the place? By the aforementioned of prophecies.
I got a piece of it.
Yeah, bring it up.
Since you said that, this is Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. So shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
And people talk about us prophesying in the summertime being hot, prophesying in the wintertime being cold. We're just, the Most High is utilizing us here on planet Earth to be his mouthpiece. And the scripture said that his word was not going to go out void. Let's not talk about the true pages in his book. It's the prophets prophesying of the Heavenly Father's word. It's not going to be in vain. It's not going to be in void. It's not going to return back unto him empty. But it's going to do what? It's going to accomplish every single thing that he mandated to accomplish.
But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
And it shall prosper in the thing whereunto the Most High sent it, right? And he's going to send it where? Throughout the four winds, the four corners of the earth, right? North, east, south, and west. You have particular camps and different men set up, distributing the Most High's word through all sincerity, through all truth, and corresponding according to the Holy Spirit.
And if I may add, back in verse 2 where it says, where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. If you think about when he came down on the mount, it was lightning and thunder and or earthquakes. When the Most High come and visit, the world began to be troubled. And that power started to be revealed. He started to show his majesty and his judgment.
They grabbed that in the book of Acts. When it talks about this saying Yahweh Shah.
Like Brother Halak was going into, like visit, it also goes to like to inflict punishment on. Like, when people think about visit, it's like warming, like a warm and welcome or something like that. But we talking about the power of the whole earth when he visits the earth. Now look how people get nervous when so-called boss or CEO they visit.
Yep. And usually when they make a visit, it's not for your good. It's not for your benefits. Typically, because those are the big decision makers. Decisions they make aren't always in your favor. So Yahweh Shah coming to visit this earth, it's not going to be in the favor of all people. It's not going to be in the favor of all Israelites. Huh?
It's Acts. It started at 9. And when he had spoken these things, refers to Yahweh Shah, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel. Verse 11, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahweh Shah, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven.
Yep. And then even when Yahweh Shah was crucified, the temple rent, there was an earthquake, going to your particular point on how Yahweh Shah does great grandeur debuts, premieres, so to speak. And then when he returns, he does the same likeness, right? Everything is top level to where the individuals, they say, surely this was the Son of the Most High. Why? Because of the miracles, the plagues, the things that happen are what you would call miraculous because they're outside the norm.
This goes back to what you said earlier about second Ezra, where he was in Ezra's time. This is, during second Ezra, this is when Yahushua, John, the Revelator, came out with this, it was shown to him, and this is Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahushua, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
And that's what he's showing us. He's showing us those things that are soon going to come to pass. How does he show us? By way of visions, by way of prophecies, by the Holy Word.
And he sent a signified, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony of Yahweh Shah and all things that he saw.
Yep, because the book is written of him, right? Yahweh Shah is the volume of the book.
Here's the point here. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand. And what time is that? The time of the end. Right? This is that time of reckoning to where the Most High is sending out great mercy. Right? He's being very gracious. Right? Because when you look at the occupation of those that serve the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, they walk very carefully. They understand, okay, that a righteous man falleth and slippeth here and there. They understand that the woes of this world were not meant for us to prosper in, per se. They understand that the curses that were placed upon us is the first most hindrance that we do have in this society. And the oppression that we receive is a punishment. Understanding all of that, man. And understanding that he is. Because the judgment that is set forth for this place, only a small group and a small sect of people are going to be saved from that. So as you walk recklessly, without any cares in this world, lackadaisical, nonchalant about everything, it's a certain way to be nonchalant and still be intelligent, and being nonchalant and, and be an idiot. A lot of people are idiots, and they're willful idiots. That's
Well,
enough.
if I could say, just going into what you were saying, going into during the time the angels showed Ezra the thing that must come to pass. Now we're seeing the things that Yahushua has said, because Ezra was before Yahushua. So now Yahushua told his disciples what must come to pass, and we're seeing those things happening now. And as those things begin to come upon the earth, we know that we're in that time. We're in that generation that he spoke of, that these things must come to pass before this generation ends. And, as we continue to do the work and continue to, to walk in faith, we got to stay strong, because it's going to only get worse, because he told us what's coming. It's like, somebody telling you what's going to happen in the movie. And so you already know what's coming, what's happening next.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
And Yahweh Shai spoiled the movie for us.
Yeah.
He rigged the game and gave us the playbook.
Right.
Like a spiritual eyesight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And just feeling that and understanding that, absorbing that understanding is very pleasant. Knowing that Yahweh Shai has given us everything that is needed for salvation. He's given us his holy word, and then he blessed us with a different, what do you call, like a different work style. Like he allowed us to be laborers in his vineyard, versus other individuals that are without, although they may be Israelites, although they may be of the elect, the Most High hand chose us to actually be prophets, because we definitely didn't decide to just up and do this. We didn't fill out an application and throw it in the air and pray that an angel would grab it and take it to the Lord. The Most High put His Spirit inside of us in order for us to be able to constantly do this, which is what? Push His holy word. All right.
And this is real quick. Hebrews 10:23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for He is faithful that promise.
Our profession, and because when you look at your first love, like you loved her with all your heart. You loved her with every inkling of your existence. And this is our first love here, in our true profession. Being able to come out and work, because we're going to reach a point of spiritual retirement. When the Heavenly Father brings forth the famine of the word, we won't have to do this anymore. Yeah, our rest. We'll finally be able to receive that rest. So this is temporal. Everything that you know to be right now is temporal. All of your issues, all of your woes, all of your distresses, all of your happiness, all of your sadness, all that stuff is temporal. Because when we receive the kingdom, in which we were promised the kingdom, we're going to have eternal joy. Right. That's why you read in the book of Revelation, it says that Yahweh is going to wipe all tears from your eyes, man. But we have to get through this particular phase in order to get to the next phase. And we got past that phase in order to get to the next phase. But at the end of it, victory is already won, because we already know how the story is written. We just don't know if we are per se chosen. So now we move off fear, and we move out of uncertainty, because we know at any particular moment in time, the Most High can do what? He can jack us up, or he can take His Holy Spirit away from us, or he can put us to death.
It's a beautiful profession, because you think about it, if we are of the 144 governing body, we will be governing the rest of the people that are in. And you think about a governor or a person in that type of leadership, they don't have to really work, because they're delegating everybody else to do the work. So that's rest within itself. You think about the Most High. He's delegating to the angels, to Yahweh Shai, to everybody what needs to be done. So he's not right. He's not doing any physical work.
You think about like the ancient priests.
Right.
Like, they didn't do like no type of work like the regular people would do.
Right.
We're saying the kingdom, we all should be kings and priests.
Yeah.
Therefore, we all not gonna have to worry about working.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was that ask Yahweh Shai. He said, "What shall we receive?" Was it Peter? What shall we receive? Yeah. What shall we receive in the end thereof? You're gonna be sitting on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Judging.
Yeah.
Judging, man.
And we're doing a small portion of that right now.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Hey, because we're not being hypocrites in the message that we're delivering unto you.
So now, so that's heavy. Yahushua stated that too, Peter, because he knew there was David. That's what he's going to be doing, the kingdom, man, under Yahushua.
Yep.
And this second Ezra, 9 verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, is the point right here, verse 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. Because right now this is considered as the grace period. As it says in Ecclesiastes, time and chance happen unto them all. So this is a chance of our people receiving this word if it's meant for them to understand or get it, you know?
Chapter 15, verse 22.
Okay. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not but despised it.
So they didn't consider it. You know? So you shun important things off to the side in today's time as irresponsible. When you load something here and load something there, that's recklessness. So that's what individuals are doing with the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Go ahead.
Verse 15, I have said before and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which should be saved.
And you gotta understand that this is that same power, or the same God that y'all say is all love. He's letting you know of a certainty that a lot of you were born in vain. That's basically what he's saying. So if many more of them shall perish than of them that shall be saved, then a lot of you individuals are just extras in the movie. You know? But a righteous individual with a righteous spirit, with a fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, doesn't just want to be an extra. Oh, I made the cast. Hey, mama, come look at me. Come look at me. You gotta watch it real quick. Oh, yeah, I just walked by. You were insignificant. We want to be the main characters and not individuals who want to be on a high horse, but we want to be the main characters because we want the Lord to understand the love that we truly have for him, the fear that we have for him, right? But you can only be that individual as if you wanted the main. If you wanted the main characters or the main individuals that the Lord would have a connection with. When you look at the casting staff of 1,000 people in the crowd in a movie, you think the director or the main character, the key characters in that film know anybody's name out there? But the Yahushua, he calls what? He calls his friends. And the friend is known by what? He's known by his name.
You might add something? This is Ephesians 1 and 3. Blessed be the power and the Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who has blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Mashiach. Verse 4. According as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of sons by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
That's a cold cut of Christianity. And they always say you need to choose your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Right.
This thing right here, he's going to choose you.
Yeah.
So it's already predetermined already before this earth came about, you know?
Since you said predetermined, and it's predetermined, certain individuals are going to be a main character.
Yes.
144,000 in this movie we call life.
Yep.
You know?
I want to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Nico.
I bring that up.
This 2 Timothy 1 and 9 said, who have saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace.
Or you can't beat that. You can't beat that with two sticks. You know, he called us for this perfect work for his purpose. You know, and not ours. Like you always going to let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Right. Since your point is moving, and we didn't have to audition for it. It was chosen. They called us with the role. All right, hey, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Elder Boyd is gonna do this. Yahweh is gonna do this. Elder Z is gonna do this.
Yeah.
You know, Malak is gonna do that. Elder Shaquai is gonna do this.
Yeah.
Right? They called us with the role, man.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the marriage, you know, and the betrothal that the Yahushua came to do with his people, you know. looking at an ancient, looking at an ancient, the ancient custom of our people, how they betroth the wife to the husband.
Yeah.
You know,
betroth.
Betroth, yeah, sorry, I'm saying this wrong thing. Betroth.
Engaged.
You're right. You know, the two men of the families would meet at the gate. Everybody would come to the gate to witness, you know, the betroth. And the husband of the groom would give money to the bride father, you know, for acceptance for his son. And what is, you know, and the son will, you know, they will make vows and all of that, and then the son would take out a cup and drink of it, and you know, and then he would give it to the bride to drink of it. And then he said, I will not drink of this cup until we are married. And that's what Yahweh
That's heavy. That's heavy.
you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that's the marriage that, you know, goes into the, you know, into the, he's adopting us into the family.
And he's betrothed to us. He's not going to drink of that cup till we're married back to him in the kingdom. Well, because when we get in the chariots, it's like the marriage chamber.
And see, just like with the bride, when the groom comes to get, okay, so when the bride, everything is done, the groom will go back home and build a chamber onto his father's house, and that's where him and the bride will live onto the father's house. So when he's done with that, he then go to the father and say, I'm done, it's finished. But the father generally will wait a year before he will tell the groom that he can go get the bride. And so at that particular time, only the father knew when he was going to tell the groom to go get his bride. So that's why Yahweh Shai said, only my father knows the day and time that I will come back. And then the groom will go get the bride in the middle of the night. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I will come as a thief in the night.
Yeah.
You know,
Video.
We gotta do a video.
You gotta do a video.
you know, and then as the groom go get the bride, she's generally let down from a chain, like a 2-story. So it's like she's floating as she come down.
She's
And that's
descending from the chariot.
right, and it's gonna be the same way as we going up
The
in
bride is going. Revelation 21.
right.
Oh man.
This Isaiah 26:20. It says, Come, my people, enter thou to thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself. Isaiah 26:20.
The chambers of the chariots.
Isaiah 26:20.
Talk about attention.
It says, Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed.
And that's how it's gonna be when that salvation is gonna be something epic, man. You know, because we're approaching the time to where righteousness is gonna be restored throughout the entire planet Earth, man. And the Most High is gonna finally give his son the promise, right, of the kingdom that he made unto him.
I got to put it to it. Psalm 45 and 10. This is going with Big Brother Yahweh that said, Hearken, O daughter, and consider, and incline thine ear, forget also thine own people and thy father's house. And his daughter is the nation of Israel. It says, forget thy own people, showing you that the elect are going to be married to Yahweh Shai, and it's as though we've forgotten the ways of old. Right. All right, we've forgotten we're doing away with the ways of old to be married to our groom Yahweh Shai. It said, forget thy people, because what does it say? How a man leaves his father and mother and cleaves to his wife. So same thing with the wife. She leaves her father and mother and cleaves to her husband. All right, so same thing with Abraham. It's as though he left his father and mother's Babylonian ways and cleaved to Yahweh. So going back to what you said, I'm going to read that again. All right, Psalm 45 and 10. Hearken, O daughter, the nation of Israel, and consider and incline thy ear. And we did consider. When we heard the truth, we inclined our ear to the truth. All right, you should know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So you should hear a voice in your ear saying, going this way.
This is the way walking in.
This is the way walking in it. Hearken, O daughter, and consider and incline thy ear. Forget also thy own people and thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is thy Lord, and worship thou him. So Go ahead, bro.
Now I was just thinking about it also, like you think about it, to get our people in our own father's house, in the house of Israel.
The house of Israel.
2/3 of our people.
Hey, I was thinking that too. Yeah, I was thinking that too. So, hey, the water. All right, hey, we're forgetting. Hey, this American way. We're forgetting the 2/3 of our people, or like because the 2/3 of our people is like the evil sister, like the dark spirit, so to speak. But then 1/3 is like Cinderella, man. You know, you watch Cinderella. She had the evil stepsisters.
Remember that old movie that Macaulay Culkin played in? The Good Son. And he was evil, bro.
Yeah.
He was a demon.
Yep, to the end.
Then you know those 2/3 also represent those 5 unwise virgins, and then you got the elect that represents the 5 wise virgins. You know, which goes in how Shai came to them to burn.
Right. There's another showing through all throughout the scriptures. It's the Most High. It's a method to everything that's written.
Right.
So the whole time we're like the bride,
Right.
and how shines the groom, are even into greater depths, going back to the ancient traditions of betrothed marriages, man. All right.
Exactly.
Oh, if I gotta say one more thing, hey, going back to 2nd Ezra 2, it said that we have put off the immortal, we put off the mortal and put on immortals. All right, hey, showing you that we like went into our marriage attire.
Right.
All right, and showing you that we cleave to Yahweh because now we're like Him.
Right.
It's like we became one flesh, because He's immortal, and we become immortal. It's us joining to become one flesh, because now we're alike.
Right.
All right, because you leave mother and father, become one flesh.
Right.
You know. All right.
Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem.
In your marriage garments, because before we came into the knowledge, we was wearing the garments of westernization. We was wearing the garments of the Greco-Roman way. All right, we was wearing the garments of the Greco-Roman way, man. All right, but now it's saying hearken, hearken, because it's basically saying your marriage is up. It's time for you to get married. All right.
It says, the holy city for henceforth, there should no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Because what happened to the actual land of Jerusalem, man? All right, Amalek is there. Ishmael is there. It's the foul. 2 wild animals are in our land. 2 wild heathen. They still heathen. All right? And the actual, it's a people before it's a place. So look at our habitation. And eat small heads over it. It's got Ishmael out in our neighborhoods. All right? And we're defiled. You have to remember, Jerusalem was encompassed with gates.
Right.
Now anybody can just come into our habitation, make money, and set the dog with these swords, man.
Got you.
Let's go, man.
Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Meaning you're gonna release us from this captivity.
Right.
All right.
There you go. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yep.
And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Part of my land. Almost like you went half on it.
That's right.
Because Ishmael is over here.
That's
Small hats over here,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
All right. But basically, we got hold out of our land, man. Have y'all ever seen that movie 12 Years a Slave?
Yes.
And do you remember the part in the movie where Solomon North saw that woman that caught his eye? She was another slave, right? And she was all messed up, traumatized, to the point where if he got close to her, she was fucked up. But he saw the beauty in her. And he told us, he basically finessed his master into buying her so he could have her as his wife. But that's how we are. We're all fucked up in captivity. Are we all traumatized and brutalized for the captivity? But what's the saying? Isaiah, harken, like
It's the hook.
yeah, just
Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem.
that's what the Most High is saying. Like, shake thyself from the dust. Like, your captivity is over. You know, in almost every movie, it's kind of like a slave movie. It always reminds me of Yahweh Shai and a woman, man. Django's.
Yeah.
The whole movie is about retrieving this woman
That's right.
who was under the heathen, under captivity, under the heathen, man. So, nah, man, this is a beautiful time because we're not Americans. That's shaking yourself from the dust.
Everybody loves a love story like that. You know?
Everybody loves a love story.
You really think about this truth, this is what it's really all about.
Yeah.
Like the Most High separated from this woman, and now we're coming back through the grace of Yahweh.
Yep.
We've been married back in Israel.
Because basically he cast us out and put us amongst the heathen. And we've been amongst the heathen so long, the Most High like shake thyself from the dust. Like your sentence is, like you get that, our sentence is accomplished. But we've been in captivity so long and punishment is almost like a child, right? You got your child in time out. He like this so long, that you gotta shake him like, all right, time out over with. Shit, you know, you good. You know? You've been in prison so long, it's like, nah, man. It's institutionalized in America, man.
Well, it's like a woman being out in the street. You know, she roaming the streets. She done, you know, been with other gods. I'm gonna say been with other men as other gods, and she's walking around the streets naked. And now the man decides, okay, I'm gonna go and take her back in.
Yep.
You know, so the Most High like, I'm gonna take them back in.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna put them back in their rightful seat.
But you know, in the reality of that, you get that woman that's been in the street for a while, you gotta shake her out of her shit.
Right.
Like she not, you know what I mean? She gotta come back and get decompressed and
Right.
come back to that domestic state.
Right.
Because you know, you've been in the streets. It's like you kind of, you affected by that.
Right.
You know? You've been going back to what's the prodigal son?
Right.
You know, you've been amongst the heathen and you going back to the house of your father, and you gotta get culture back in. Have y'all seen the movie Coming to America 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it still had a little spiritual undertone.
Right.
You know, when he found out he had a son in America, and he would have got his son from like the Brooklyn or whatever, he had to culture him into the ways of his father.
Right.
Because he was coming in with that Western nigga energy. So they had to teach him how to walk, teach him how to talk. He had to get initiated into being a king and a hunter, man.
Right.
So that's why we didn't wake up and just get delivered. No, we're being cultured back into our ways. Rulership.
Psalms 119:9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to your word.
It's an instruction guide to the kingdom. So to shake thyself from the dust, essentially is saying you have to de-Romanize yourself. You have to be de-Westernized, de-Americanized. Hey, unplug from black culture, unplug. Our women got to unplug from feminism. All right, street culture, American dream. That's the dust. Christianity, decolonization. That's the dust that we have to be shaken from, and it's a process. That's why, look, the Most High ain't dealing with men or brothers that's still caught up in that, and you never unleash from that, man. All right, hey. When I learn about how much my shy right now, all gray areas get cut out.
That's it.
Either you over here or you over there, man.
And even if you're using the word, you're still over here. You're not straddling the fence.
Right.
It's you took it out of my mouth. Because if you're using the word, that means your mindset is still with Yahweh by Shema Shai.
That's it.
But if your mindset is caught up in here, you're gonna get cut, man.
That's applying Yahweh right there.
Yeah.
Using the world.
Using the world, man. Because if you don't use the world, you're gonna cut off your benefits.
That's it.
You're gonna cut off your leeway. And you're gonna make things hard on yourself, man. All right?
Yahweh stated, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove.
But what did he tell the disciples? Whatever belongs to Caesar, give to Caesar. So he said, use the world.
Right.
Don't abuse it. No, I ain't paying taxes.
Right.
And this man has spiritual power. No, use the word.
Basically, right. You know, just because I said that to somebody just the other day.
Oh, that's the spirit.
You know, because you think about it. When it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments, we're supposed to keep them above the world. But as far as obeying Caesar's laws, like me stopping at that red light out there, that's what I'm supposed to do, obey man's law. You know, so Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua laws come first. You know, the dietary laws, the ceremonial laws, all of them, all 613 of them.
Yep.
You know, I keep them to the best of my ability. But at the same time, I still keep Caesar laws, you know, and be at peace with all men.
Because if you don't, you'll be in jail teaching.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In tune.
Yeah, you be a jailhouse prophet. Yep.
Peace, God. Hey, just to back you up as a point on your brother, the elder, Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
All right, which is basically the government officials.
That's it.
All right.
For there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Because what does it say in Psalm 75? The Most High is the judge. He put it down one, set it up another. So he set up these kingdoms.
That's it. One more verse. Whosoever therefore resists the power, resist the order of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
And it goes on to say, if it's in the same chapter, obey every ordinance of man. Because to resist means to set up a military against. But like the big brother Yahweh was saying, like, you know, you got to follow the red light laws, the speeding laws. Some of them are stupid, but you still got to follow them.
That's right.
All right?
This Acts 22 and 24. It says the chief captain commanded him to be brought into the council, referring to Apostle Paul, and bade that he should be examined by scourging, that he might know wherefore they cried so against him. And as they bound him with those, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman.
So he uses Roman citizenship. Let's say we went out the country and we got caught up in Colombia. We're going to say, look, we're Americans.
Yeah.
We can't be treated like this.
Yeah.
We're going to apply the same wisdom, such as Apostle Paul, to get back home.
You gotta remember who our forefather is, Jacob. He was the supplanter.
Hey, man, and his descendant, our King David, he supplanted. Plays retarded, saliva out the mouth.
They sure did.
Yeah, hey, so we got records of supplanting.
That's right.
Hey, when you think about, the scripture said, wise as a serpent, calm as a dove, man, a serpent would be hiding in plain sight right by you.
That's it.
You won't even see him, he know how to camouflage.
Like right past.
And King Solomon said, study the way of the ant. So you can look at these animals that the Most High brings up and say, okay, what's the characteristic of this animal? So if you, how does it apply to being wise as a serpent in real time? Not everybody don't know your business on the job. You blending in. Your neighbors don't know your business. You might be in the office, man. Them co-workers you got, it might be Edomites. They don't have to know that they don't have to know that you know.
That's right.
All right,
They
blend
talk
in.
about football, you talk about football.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. You blend in. Hey, if Esau kick in your door, look, I'm a fucking American.
Yeah.
Right.
As you're being called on.
Yeah. This is against my constitutional rights.
We're pilgrims. We're just passing through this place.
Right.
We're passing through captivity.
Hey, but the point is, man, there's the reality, the shaking yourself from it.
That's it. That's it.
You hold something, brother?
Yeah, it's when that point you brought up, shaking yourself from this, we gotta, come at that confusion quick because our enemy is around the corner. We was about to be deceived, right? I want to bring up this right here. This is like, this is going into about Samson, but I want to bring out the scripture. In Judges chapter 16, I'm gonna try to explain it. Judges chapter 16, verse 20. She said, the Philistines be upon you, Samson. And he woke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times and shake myself off. See, when he thought about shaking himself off, he thought that I'm gonna shake myself off and go after these enemies, go after all of those who are coming after me, because he knew that if he got caught sleeping, he was gonna get took. He was gonna get took, and then 2/3 of our people who still covered in his dust are going to be taken.
Right.
And continuing, and he was not. The Lord was departed from him. 2/3, the Lord ain't with them, and they gonna get caught up in this madness because they didn't wake up. They didn't listen. They did not hear.
And that's a beautiful point. And just to harp on the brother, and the reason why the Most High departed from Samson is because Samson broke the agreement. Not because he cut his fucking hair. It was because he broke that agreement amongst him and Yahweh Hashem Shah, and therefore the Most High departed from him for a amount of time, and he came back towards the end.
You look at Israel, the same thing with us. We broke that agreement.
He took his spirit from
He
us.
took his spirit from us.
That's right.
Got treated like a side chick.
That's right. That's right. And then they said, well, Samson killed more Philistines in the latter than he did throughout all his lifespan. So you think about the book of Job, when the Most High gives us that glory. Job was, the way he started compared to, you know, the riches he received towards the end, he was much, much wealthier.
Well, that goes back to Ezekiel 36. How he's going to restore it, and it's going to be better than the former days.
That's it.
When he restores the land of Jerusalem.
Ecclesiastes, the second chapter, be thou patient, and I'll show you your Lord's sleep.
Yeah.
Thou should be increased at thy landscape. It's all about that here for
It's Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
And why do you think everything with our nation, everything with our nation fails, man? You know, if you look at your people, and every people that give about the shop.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
You know, you watch videos. I know I watch a lot of videos about, you know, the gender wars and, you know, so-called black men and the so-called black women, how nothing is working. Then on another end of that spectrum, you watch health videos, how the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they have the highest health problems. All right, high gun violence. Before the age of 44, number one cause of death for the so-called black man is gun violence. After the age of 44 is heart disease. All right, Eve is fat, sick, overweight. All right, there's no structure in the so-called black families. All right, what else, man? It's curses. All right, but look where we are. And because the scriptures say, put on our beautiful garments. So for the scriptures say, put on our beautiful garments, what garments did we have on prior? The garments of westernization, the garments of Edom. Basically, we wear the attire of, we're culturally wearing the attire of Edom, man. We're Hellenized.
And that's what happened to Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
When they sold on them ankles.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a form of Hellenization, not Hellenization, but because they delved into different philosophies.
Which goes back to the garden, because Hellenization goes back to Egypt, Kemet, and Kemet, all that stuff goes back to the garden. It's just the left-hand side.
You're right.
You know, Hellenization is the Grecian way of the serpent.
Yeah.
You know, because the Grecians, what did they take over? They took over Egypt.
Yeah.
The Ptolemaic Empire.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of their science from Egypt.
Yeah.
But Egypt goes way back to ancient Egypt. All right, but they got all that stuff from the garden.
Yeah.
All right?
Now it's about to become digital Hellenization.
The digital Hellenization.
Esau's doing it with that digital art.
Yeah, that's right. That token that you belong to him. That you belong to Pharaoh. All right?
Point like a wife, back in the ancient world, a wife would wear the colors of her husband's house.
Yep.
You know, Rome had that scarlet red, and the scripture said put on that beautiful garment. And the scriptures always talking about what? Our garment's supposed to be white, clean, you know, linen. And we put on the clothing of Yahweh Shah house, the house of David.
That's right. Hey, matching our husband. You know, matching the attire of our husband, man. You know?
Back in Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not your rest. All right? America's not your rest.
No.
That's why it doesn't work, man.
That's right.
The American way, in the nature of Edom, and you know a man by his palace, right? And the nature of Edom is that his way is promising in the beginning and is failure in the end. It never fails. And every way that he runs his kingdom is very enticing and promising in the beginning. Smooth as, and can you get them about the shop? But in the end, it's always destruction. Think about it like feminism. Most so-called black women and Hispanic Native American women, they love feminism in their 20s. Right. They ignore every way of their womanhood to just 100% pursue their careers and have these different opposite men, but it's a shitty outcome in the end for most of them.
Like it's foods. You eat it for a certain amount of time, it tastes good, but over eventually, what it's going to do? It's going to lead to more cancers that are going to be in the body.
Yeah, and you know what? If a brother could get the word deleterious, because this word, through the spirit, I read across this word, and it goes right into how Esau runs his kingdom. Going into what brothers describe. D-E-L-E-T.
I got that scripture.
All right, let's go, bro.
This is Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Because you're going to notice that this man is a cunning serpent, right? So why go to war toe to toe with the Most High's people, all right, and be deceived as a bad man? No, you do it cunningly, all right, and that way you get less resistance. So he went to war with us through the welfare state. He went to war with us through feminism. He went to war with us through so-called black culture. He went to war with us through Christianity. He went to war with us with drugs. He went to war with us through Planned Parenthood. He went to war with us with gang culture. Don't you know these niggas are actors? These NWA niggas, because you always going to, they had a meeting, man, to get niggas in a private penitentiary. All right, they came up with gangster rap, because before it was gangster rap, rap was really cathartic. It was based, it was conscious. It was us venting this systemic oppression. One song that comes to mind is "Don't Push Me, 'Cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head." This is like a joke sometimes, but what he fucking rapping about? And this is like right after the political assassinations and all that. All right, but what happened? This nigga put his energy in it, and now Jake is just a nigga. You know, this nigga is a sorcerer. All right, for us to be the descendants of enslaved people, and 350 years later, we're only looking at each other like we're the problem. That's sorcery. To be 350 years later, you're praying to a God that looked like the man that beat your so-called ancestors. Don't you know that's sorcery? For your own woman to be like, fuck my nigga, I'm gonna go to my side nigga. You know, that's sorcery. Like this is like the Matrix for real. All right.
It was back to that Tony Tyrone.
Yeah. Who cloned Tyrone?
Yeah.
Hey, this is, you can literally observe your people and make mental notes of how we were. Like, take mental pictures of this and remember it when you go to the kingdom of the world. Like, you are really in the Matrix. Your woman literally was walking around with blonde hair. Think about that. Your woman was literally walking around with tattoos all over her body. All right. Your own brother made himself an enemy to his other brother through gangs. Just make mental notes of this when you get back to the kingdom. Man, like we're really Habakkuk. We're really Ezekiel in the Matrix right now. Like I don't know who we are. You might be Obadiah. You might be Job. But the Most High brought us back, and them same holograms we was looking at 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago. Now we're in the actual thing. First we was looking at a simulation, so to speak. Now we're actually in the holograms that the Most High was showing us 2,500 years ago. Can these bones live? Now we're there. Now we're in the valley of the shadow of death, man. Now we're in the valley of the dry bones. All right, go ahead, brother.
And his words were smoother than oil.
Yeah, because feminism is smoother than oil. Christianity is smoother than oil. Street culture, smoother than oil. I remember being 10, 12, 14, watching a nigga rap video and being enticed by it. You know, you see a nigga like Jeezy rapping, naked women, nice cars, money coming from, I don't know where money coming from, but it's just flying everywhere. All right? And it made you look at them men with more reverence than a working man. You know? So now you're 14 and you can relate more to a thug than an actual real man.
And when you think about it, all Esau has done in the Matrix was basically be contrary to the way of the Most High.
Yeah.
Everything that he projects is to break the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. His whole agenda is to commit spiritual fornication ongoing.
Yep.
And we don't even know.
Yep.
Well, not us, all praise Yahweh Bashem Al Shah.
But the 12
But
tribes.
yeah, but us as a nation, prior to coming to this truth, we didn't even know.
And
We didn't know it was. We didn't know that you're supposed to sleep with another man's wife, or you're supposed to go to church on Sundays and give reverence to a white Jesus. We didn't know that, or eat pork, but he knew this, you know.
Or keep the wicked holidays.
Or keep these wicked holidays.
That's why every movement, it eventually goes to the 12 tribes. Like, for example, the George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, so-called Black Lives Matter. What did that devolve into? LGBTQ.
That's what it was all about.
From the beginning.
The civil rights.
Yep.
Was the
Yeah,
civil
it really
rights.
rooted back in the civil rights. Yeah.
The civil rights, basically, the ultimate agenda was what the elder
The
just
LGBTQ.
said. That's all it was for.
That's why they had a nigga that was part of the Boule to be a part of MLK.
And they ain't nothing but gatekeepers.
Come on, man.
Which goes to that definition.
That's why MLK was like, I think I integrated our people into hell.
Yeah.
Because
And his real name was Michael King.
a burning house, man, because basically they had a plan for America to be the Sodom and Gomorrah, and the 12 tribes was going to transgress in the Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, fast forward 50, 60, 70 years later, our people are Sodomites.
Yeah.
Our people are Sodomites, man. They're Egyptians, Sodomites, Grecians. If you see a Jake with normal hair now, if you see a Jake with normal clothing now, it's like, damn, he looks normal. If you see Eve with no makeup, no nothing, it's like, damn, okay. Because we're in the this is Sodom and Egypt.
Hey, I remember like 2006 or 7, learning something like Nicki Minaj started coming up. That's when you start going to dating profiles, you start seeing like your female's dating preference, start changing to bisexual.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you know, they would be, that's why you used to call it in the closet. Because they knew in the spirit that wasn't right for you to come out in the closet.
But who are these females, man? They're archetypes. They cloned Tyrone, but goddamn it, they cloned Keisha too.
That shit started with Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
And then if we're talking about how basically Eve was set up against Jake, go back to Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
All that nigga shit and that
Nigga,
nigga ain't
fuck
shit,
you.
nigga, fuck you, man.
That's one fucking another nigga.
But beyond that, then you had these fucking old 70 movies, niggas with the pimps and shit like that. They were beating out women and all of that shit.
Hey, but even before that, there was under the vibration of Diana. There was under the vibration of the Queen of Heaven. All these 60s singing groups singing to the vagina.
That's it. Yeah.
So they were always under the vibration of the Queen of Heaven, man. So it was always, hey man, it was always demonic, man. Without Jake singing with no bass in their voice to the worship of the Queen of Heaven, man. But like, hey, going back into it, this is engineering of transgression. You brought this out, how they set traps against my feet, you know? But hey, like we get into Tyrone, but Keisha has archetypes. There's archetypes for Keisha to transgress. You got the earthy chicks, right? A lot of brothers in the truth, they might like earthy chicks. A lot of them chicks, they comedic like a motherfucker. They left field like a motherfucker, man. No morals and shit. Then you got the hood. Talking to the Grand Rising King. Don't even call me King, because I ain't running with it. But and then a lot of you left field women, because look, Jada Pinkett is basically an archetype. All right, Erykah Badu, or Gabrielle Union. And then you got the Glorillaz.
And what show, and to back this point up, look at their fruit.
Yeah.
Look at goddamn it, Dwayne Wade
Yeah.
before Gabrielle Union. You know, look at Andre 3000. Andre 3000 was dressing like a thug. Look at this nigga now.
Playing a flute.
Playing a fucking flute. A flute.
Hey, but who gave them powers? Because really, them chicks be really tapping into the left. You holding something, brother? No. And really, them chicks, like those are witches. Don't you understand? Jada Pinkett Smith is a witch. And the things she doing, let's just judge her face value. She working witchcraft on that man. Because manipulation is classified as lesser magic. So that gaslighting she doing and guilt tripping him and flipping the narrative and to leverage herself to justify her whoredom, that's all sorcery, man. But the end goal is for Eve to overthrow Adam. That's the end goal. Through the serpent, Eve is going to overthrow Adam, and that's why you have LGBTQ. LGBTQ is essentially for Eve to overthrow Adam and ultimately Edom overthrows Adam, man.
And the woman, you made a good point too with the spirit, like the situation on the real and Jada, even though that can be staged because you know it happens at the end of the day, but that can produce byproducts for the people who actually look up to them, like these regular people, amongst our people.
You know who else was at the red table to back you up? The daughter, Willow. And you know what her proposal was? To normalize polyamory in women. She said, I need more. I need more than just one guy. Me, my friends, we all like, we need more. And they want to normalize it. So that red table, I need to research the fucking red table. What's that thing? What's something? It's the reason why it's a red table. But the point is, they're pushing this new world order agendas. Like the Gen Zers, nah, that freaky stuff gonna be normal, you know?
Back to 2 Ezra 16, where it said the stars will fall. They're falling.
Yeah. Is that 2 Ezra 16?
I think that's 2 Ezra 16, where it said the stars will fall.
That's in Matthew. Talking about how the stars shall fall.
Yeah.
I want to say that's in the book. Look that up.
Yeah.
And this Proverbs 12 and 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth the
Westernization is the way of the wicked. But and what happens, man, that's Eve. Jada talking to Will is like a reenactment of Eve talking to Adam, bringing in that serpent philosophy, and that's what Jada is doing. She bringing in that serpent philosophy, and to me, I speak as a man, she just represents an archetype that Esau has forged. All right, so our women can follow it, man.
But see, that's what and that's the true definition of selling your soul. Once you sell your soul and dealing with that contract, now Esau controls your likeness and your image. So let's just say if this is not really happening, but Esau is calling them, telling them, you have to put this out. Because like the elder is saying, the agenda is what? To manipulate the masses to get them to live and conduct their lives like that.
Yep, because Will went to one of her, because Jada wrote a book, right? That she recently wrote a book that flopped. But Will went to one of those openings for her to kind of help her push the book. So why would Will help her push the book that was really exposing him? Yeah. So like I said, these people are obviously set up. But like I said, this almost plagued my mind, brother. Like it's been on my mind a lot. Like Jada and Erica and Gabrielle.
So the new couple now, like Joe Smith and his wife.
Okay, I looked up.
Remember that now? He was very clear.
Yeah. Basically, he's giving the side. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, is it the guy who found his wife doing that stuff? You know, having a
OnlyFans? Yeah, that's it.
So he was on. She appeared on camera on his podcast, and basically she was gonna fly out to Tampa and provide a body massage to him because Joe is not making the money he used to.
Hey, well, that's what Gabrielle Union said. Gabrielle Union said she cheated on her ex because she was making more money than him. Yeah, because she was making more money than him. What is an excuse to be a whore?
But you know what? I came across a video. Lord will, I put the video out within this past, hopefully either tomorrow or Sunday. But this, you got this older Jake lady. She said the same thing. She said basically she was taught that, you know, okay, if your husband is not on the same level that you are, you need to leave him. So basically, she progressed in life. He basically had to fall back. So she got the degree, she got the high-paying job, but meanwhile, he's still conducting his business as a husband, but he wasn't making as much as she was, so she said she left him. And guess what she said? That was the worst mistake of my life.
Hey, can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Because we got mothers.
Go ahead.
We got mothers that's in their 60s. And they'll tell us that they had men that was family oriented, that wanted them when they was in their 20s, and they was too busy chasing college and career, and now they say they regret it.
That's it.
Feminism is the so-called black woman's culture.
That's it.
Because she gonna turn a certain age and she gonna regret that mindset she was in. But truth be told, she was enchanted. It's different enchantments in America, man.
And that's how Eve felt basically when she received that punishment from the Most High. Like, I fucked up. You know?
Yeah, that's like, hey, bro, let's look at the scriptures. And I also want the definition of deleterious. But you right here.
Yeah, just to back up, Yahweh too, bro. Falling of the stars, that was actually in the book of Matthew and Mark. And that's actually talking about how the Most High is murking off or killing off these celebrities for living with
dying.
man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And even Will's character he had, that's a falling star. Although he didn't die, but that public emasculation. Because I'm seeing what these motherfuckers are doing, man. It's an attack against Jake, man. We're the biggest enemy. Anytime, I challenge you brothers to look up Black Lives Matter and their so-called creed per se. It has nothing to do with so-called Black Lives Matter. It has everything to do with replacing the man with the lesbian, queer community, and they say these words.
But guess what? You know, but if you think about it, what Esau is doing, the same thing he tried to do with the House Moses. He's trying to kill the elect off. So let's just attack the entire nation to offset prophecy.
Just with subtlety.
That's it.
You know?
It's from the free dictionary, deleterious. Deleterious, it says having a harmful effect, injurious.
Yep. And there was one of them that was saying like, deleterious in a sense, it's like a slow decay. Because of the nature of Esau's kingdom and the different components he have in his kingdom, they all have the same nature. It starts off pleasant, but then it has a slow decay. It is a subtle decay. Like you going into processed food. The first time you eat a burger, you might be like, man, that didn't do nothing to me. But weeks later, you start getting a little tired, your energy level getting low, stomach start getting fatter, you know what I mean? Months, years down the line, you got these health issues, but it was deleterious. All right, yep, you got it, bro.
But that goes into the body slowly digests that burger, which makes you feel that way. So, I mean, you know, that just have to bring it out your point.
But hey, the water, brother. But this kingdom has deleterious effects on the people that live in it, especially for the 12 tribes. Then it's deleterious in the sense you decay generation by generation. So you look at our people when we first left slavery. You look at Jake in the 1920s, 1930s, and 40s, right? The average man looked dignified. He wore a suit. He had a hat. He looked stern. He looked serious. Now look at the average man. You got 50-year-old game babies, man. You got 60-year-old women can't put their titties in, man. Like they can't cover themselves up, man. So those philosophies that we picked up in the 60s and 70s, now look at our people 50 years later, man. All right? Oh, go ahead, brother.
Well, this is scripture, y'all.
All right, you go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
So we're not supposed to envy this man Esau Edom. And your way is being played out. Yeah, your way is Satanism. And you've mastered Satanism. They're going to confirmation. You've mastered Christianity is Satanism, feminism Satanism, street culture Satanism, cheeseburger Satanism. You know, being facetious, but that processed food is demonic, man. All right? It got. Hey, I believe that. I believe processed food puts spirits on you, man. And then next thing you know, it's like, damn, why did I stop drinking smoothies? Damn, I used to eat salads. Because you decide, look, I'm gonna eat this one little piece of candy. It ain't gonna do nothing. But then it's addictive. Next thing you know, it's like, damn, whatever happened to my plant-based regimen? Yeah, man, all big and stuff because it's basically like drugs. Drugs is sorcery, but processed food is sorcery, man.
The Food and Drug Administration.
The Food and Drug Administration, man. And this nigga gotta go, man. Don't you know it's earthlings? You got to put the earth back in you. Even when you eat meats, it has to be from a farm, it has to be grass fed. Esau got you thinking you eat meat 3 times a day, and it's processed garbage. And that's why, and it clogs up your arteries, which thins out your oxygen supply in your veins. So now your heart is going extra hard to get this blood through your arteries. That's why I take in this speakies, and you gotta get a stick. You gotta get an artificial artery. Jake out here getting artificial arteries, man. Jake out here getting limbs cut off based on, first of all, you're not keeping the dietary law, and secondly, you eat Babylonian food. And when the scripture said rise and depart, that doesn't mean literal. That means depart from the ways of your oppressors. You got to depart from the Western way of dealing with women. You got to depart from the Western way of eating. First of all, you got to go back to the ways of your forefathers. But even brothers in the truth, and we in the truth, we still struggle with ways of the West.
Because it's a mental stronghold, which is a psychological bondage.
Yeah, right. And it's actually, from what I've learned from my own experience, it's spirits attached to your vices in Babylon. So whatever you low-key struggling with, let's say it's a thorn, that's one of your thorns. Well, hey, you might have dreams about it. Satan is fighting to get you into a demonic state. So even if you're in the truth and you know better, Satan is still fighting to get your mind out of Yahweh Bashim Shai.
Yeah, like the Day of Atonement. You know, we supposed to abstain from food and water. So what Satan to do is he'll put in your fucking mind, like in your dream, like you actually ate. And you'll wake up the next morning thinking you had something to eat. You know, like that shit happens to me all the time.
You will have a dream about adultery, bro. You will have a dream about whatever your advice is behind closed doors that you might struggle with. You have dreams about it. Like you said, a damn atonement, you have a dream about eating. All right? Anything that'll throw you off your spirit, throw you out that vibration, so to speak, Satan wants you in that demonic state.
Amplify.
He will amplify.
Yeah, amplify your desire to get you to do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Also, too, brothers, I was thinking about this, you know, the balance is off between man and woman. Because what is the woman? She's supposed to be the helpmate. It's a struggle. You know, you got to go in and you got to juice and prepare your smoothies.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta prepare your food that you want to eat. She's on a different diet than you're trying to get on, so it's a struggle because days you come in, you're tired, you're like, okay, I got to do all of this. Whereas she was on that same page with you, it would be a lot easier.
Hey, cause the spirit is switching. When you hold, I want you to get what you're gonna get.
Okay. Hey, if I can just say, it was I know Bun, his favorite rapper, T.I. But hey, he made a good point. He said, I don't cheat because I ain't shit. I cheat because you ain't
Catch that.
Hey, but this is Genesis 2:7 because the forum made a good point. Like as earthlings, we have to put things related to the earth back into us. And just to back you up, Genesis 2:7, and the Lord Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground.
Now, what's in the dust? Minerals.
Rich, that's right.
The elements.
That's
The
right.
elements. The elements.
That's
Hey,
it.
we're being taught, man. We're being cultured. We just woke up from a coma. The old Tyrone in us is dead. So now the Most High is so-called educating us. This is how you eat. Fuck that damn Cheetos. Fuck that damn drive-through. This is what you put back in your body.
That's it.
So our brother should have a juicer, a blender. All right?
That's it.
And we're going to go into what you said about the wife, man.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, finish it off.
Let's
So
go.
Genesis 2:7, and the Lord Yahweh power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living spirit.
Which is the breath of life. The breath of life is what?
Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit, man. And he had the oral laws back then.
Yeah, he knew what to eat.
He knew what to eat. He had the diet. And at that time,
Yeah,
in the garden, it was plant-based.
yeah.
Now, we know that after the garden, you know, it was lawful to eat. I'm sorry. After the
Noah.
days of Noah.
Yeah.
After the
Right.
days of Noah,
Right.
then it was lawful to eat meat under the dietary law.
Right.
But in the garden, it was straight.
Plant-based.
Yeah. Yeah, because the earth was so rich, man,
That's it.
that you could uphold yourself like that.
That's right.
All right, but you made a beautiful point that the balance of man and woman is off. Because a man might be in his feminine now, and a woman might be in her masculine. All right? And a woman is in her masculine, so she's not his helpmeet. So now, because of feminism, the woman you get with, she's not in a mindset of being your helpmeet. All right? So if we could get, is that Titus to be discreet, chase, keep us at the house? Would you have something like that? Let's go, bro.
It's Job 10:21. Before I go whence, I should not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
And what's the land of darkness, the shadow of death? America. This is, hey, I was just watching like the Apostle Tahar video from '94. He was on a talk show. Come on, man. But this is the valley of the shadow of death. We're actually, like, if you could look at study vibrations, America is a low vibrational society. The elder brother Atazawan from Wisconsin, he was like, if you go into scriptures, I said I'm gonna go into the uttermost parts of the earth. If you go look up the word uttermost, it actually goes into like the most degenerate of all kingdoms.
That's why it's called the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah, because the valley is a low land. Because if you judge America by the perspective of people from other countries, they look at America as like, these are low lives.
They do. Even fellow Edomites.
Yeah.
They're fellow Edomites.
Especially the UK.
Wait a minute, that mother that barely should be greatly offended, roughly
GB,
paraphrasing.
Great Britain.
Great Britain, man.
That's right, bro.
So your mama like, man, this little bitch I gave birth to.
Ain't shit.
Degenerate English, degenerate lifestyle.
That's right.
You're just not proper, man.
That's right.
All right? You got what, bro? You got what? I'm looking at
Like verse 22. And then the darkness, that's darkness itself, which is what I just said. And in the shadow of death without any
I
order.
can say because there's no light. You know, excluding now. You have Yahweh Shai. Hey, read that again.
It says, and then the darkness, that's darkness itself.
Right, so now the light of Yahweh Shai is on the earth. Go ahead.
And of the shadow of death.
And the reason why this place is called the shadow of death, literally, death follows you in every lifestyle. From your food, you know, you could be driving to work and then a car can just smash into you and you're dead. You know, your woman can kill you, your kids can kill you. You know, you can just drop dead at work from being overworked. So literally, America is the shadow of death. You can be going to the garbage can, taking your trash out, and somebody blows your head off.
Hey, because you know what? That happened some months ago, man. Jake out there in West Jackson just outside, probably on the porch, old school Jake, get shot.
Yeah.
Just you got shot for being an uncle. I'm just outside on my porch, bam, checking the mail, bam. Shadow of death, man.
It says, without any order, And where the light is, there's darkness.
There's no order in Babylon. Babylon goes back to Babal, which means what?
Confusion.
Inversion, gender inversions disguised as feminism or disguised as equality. That's confusion.
A man out over a woman is confusion.
Yeah.
Your kids talking back to you is confusion.
Androgynism.
Daytime saving is confusion.
Time going back.
Time going back is confusion, man.
One day it's hot as hell, next day it's cold as hell.
That's confusion.
That's confusion, man. All right. Hey, before you get that entitled, can a brother give you that Genesis? It is not good for man to be alone.
That's right.
Because I think the spirit is, revisiting order in the household, man.
And I got one for you
Let's
too.
go,
So
bro.
lead into it. And this is Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long will you go about, O you backsliding daughters? For Yahweh has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
And compass meaning in circle. You about to say something?
And also, elder, and also when you look up compass, it goes to lead. So you can replace this, a woman shall, instead of compass, lead a man.
Yep, and that's not the way of our forefathers. That's not the way of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right, and that's what Jada Pinkett was doing. All right, that's what Erykah Badu was doing, and that's what Gabrielle Union was doing. And what?
And Jacob work. You will have Jacob tell you in a minute, well, I gotta make the wife happy, or I gotta see what the wife say.
Man,
Happy life, happy wife, happy life.
man, you know what I heard Jake tell me? Jake was like dumb, right? He was like, man, I be looking at these guys that work is older, and I understand why they got old faces. He was like, because really, somewhere down the line on these jobs they gave up, and basically they made their life, their wife happy. They made their wife happiness their life, and somewhere they gave up their own passions. But that's why they take over. You know what I mean? Like somewhere down the line, you just said, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work. I'm just gonna work and make my family happy." And you kind of, because America doesn't teach you about having your own life as a man.
Your purpose.
Your purpose, your hobbies.
You lose yourself in that process.
You lose it. It's slowly. It's slowly. It's deleterious, man. You slowly lose yourself. Next thing you know, you're living in her reality. But and that's not how the Most High created it. And one thing I know is about bald-headed Jada, Erykah Badu, Gabrielle Union. Yeah, I got a little hatred, man. Bald-headed Jada, Erykah Badu, Gabrielle Union. They're all lean. They all have a philosophy in which the man eventually sat down and listened and let her lead. That's why their offsprings are weird. So most of the people I just mentioned, their offsprings are weird because the household is being led by a woman and her philosophy.
And I remember prior to Dwayne Wade getting with Gabrielle Union, well, I'll just say this, like during the initial phases, his ex-wife said she wanted both her sons out that house because they were doing something to him. Now look at the so-called baby boy. He's a fucking TG.
Yeah.
He's a TG. So what the ex-wife was saying, her suspicion was right, man.
Yep, and that's what happens because there's no philosophy to listen to. We already got the word. So you can filter out a lot of stuff through the word, man. All right, but what were we with the scriptures?
I think Genesis.
Genesis, and I know you got Titus.
Okay.
We're going to open it up with Genesis.
All right, this is Genesis 2 and 18. And the Lord Yahweh Shah said, "It is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him and help me for him."
If you could get Sirach 36 and 22, 36 and 26. Are you? Hey, it said, "It is not good for man to be alone. Let me make him a help me." So the woman, if you look at the word wife, it literally goes into a domestic servant. And Babakasha, can you get that? But it literally goes to a domestic servant. So the woman, contrary to feminism, all right, was created to be your personal assistant. And she's really supposed to be like for lack of better words, a malleable assistant, to where she's gonna modify her way to your way. Because if you deal with women, you notice they absorb your spirit and they get intel. After a certain period of time being with you, they already know what type of man you are. But the Most High gave them that ability so they can assist you. All right? So whatever your weak points is, that's supposed to be where she pick up the slack. Let's say you lack organization skills. Well, that's your secretary. Why do you think jobs have secretaries and most secretaries are women? Administration work. Let's say you're a man that's creative and you want to start a business. All right, you might create the product, but she might help distribute it or administer it, man. All right, but now we have women that work for Egypt. They're still our women per se, but they don't put their energy into the household or your legacy. They put their energy into the legacy of Esau Edoms. All right, but really, we have a divine right to help women to really be our personal assistant, man. All right, not our equal, because a lot of the fallacies, all right, that you go through between a man and a woman, and a lot of strife that you have between you and a woman is predicated upon equality. A lot of the strife you have between you and a woman is based off y'all being equal.
Yeah.
All right.
Then that spiritual hierarchy has been offset.
Yeah.
Because according to 1 Corinthians 11th chapter, it's supposed to be Yahweh Shai, man and woman. All right, but in Esau's kingdom, it's literally woman and man. Or woman above man.
And even in Christianity, women, that snake get up in there.
Yeah.
Because 1 Corinthians 11, it says the Most High, Yahweh Shai, the man and the woman.
That's right.
But a lot of Christian men, they'll be like, or the Christian women be like, the man and the woman. Like, no. It's the man and then the woman.
Yeah, it's a hierarchy.
And the men, through the spirit power of Yahweh Shai, we got to have programs to run our house, because the woman, if the woman knows your program, it's better for her to orient, as opposed to she trying to figure out, okay, what's the next plan?
Mm-hmm.
So let her have a program, and that's something we got to practice. All right?
Yeah, I got that.
So like I was just gonna say, that's something that I've been practicing, like my forefathers or grandfathers did. You know, like when granddad came home for lunch, he really didn't have fast food restaurants, so they had to come home and eat.
Yeah.
You know, that was their time to talk to the wife.
Yeah.
You know, kids at school. But then when supper time came, because we don't call, you know, we call it dinner, but it was supper back to them. You know, that's when granddad talked to the whole family. There wasn't no TV on, we didn't have cell phones, you know.
It was a routine.
It was a routine. You know, you sat down at that, we had a certain time you had to be in the house to eat. And that was their family structure.
So, but you know what? I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to keep speaking. I know you hold yourself. All right, what you got, brother?
I got that definition, which is going to lead into a precept. According to Etymon, for woman, you have female servant.
A woman means female. A servant to who?
Man.
The Most High. See, we gotta get our rulership back. We gotta get our divine right back, because we've been shamed out of our leadership. But look at the result of that. Look at the result of us letting the woman lead. Look at the result of us not being in the household. Look at our nation. It's destroyed, man. It makes you angry, man. But the shark, can you get into Titus?
It's Titus chapter 2, starting at verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine.
The old school way when it says giving too much wine, that's the old school way of really saying you hooked on liquor. Like you giving to it. You know, you always out there drunk. I remember one time we went out to this bar, right? And Keisha was out with her friend girls. I don't know if somebody poisoned her drink or she just had liquor poisoning. You remember that? She was through the light-skinned chick. Yeah. Man, I white knighted. I was like, because what happened was, she was so through, Jake just dry humping her. And she got saliva and stuff coming out of her mouth, like she threw. Even, you know, we not really like that, but even us was like, hey man, that's too much, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, she might die on you, man. But I'm like, but that's giving too much wine. And then her friends was like, we don't know this bitch. So, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for like, you know, Jake, you know, it ain't no telling how I could have, you know. But that's being given the wine, man. You leaving, you leaving for these bars and clubs with your clippity clack heels and you tipsy. You think Jake not watching you being tipsy on your car? All right, but let's go ahead.
Yeah, that was the reason why we did that same scripture goes to why they should be keeping the rules. You know, because this is the judgment really start happening when you living out at home. And Eve, attention-seeking ass, she look at modesty like it's a form of oppression. It's taboo.
It's taboo, like, oh, you mean like I gotta dress like the Handmaid's Tale? I gotta dress like a Roman Catholic nun? That's your hedge. You've been at the house, is your hedge. Because one thing I know about a nigga, man, they be watching. You been at the house, you cover your body up, that's your hedge. All right, go ahead.
Not giving too much wine teaches of good things.
Yep.
Scriptures, man.
Wait a minute. Is Glorilla a teacher of good things?
Hell no.
What about Cardi B?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about Lotto? I know she'll teach you good things.
Yeah.
Because when you're rapping, you're really teaching. You're teaching these young chicks, listen. All right, these little jackals, all right?
That they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste.
Let's wait a minute. Let's go into that. About the Shah, can the brother get the word discreet? Can the brother get the word chase? Because we're not gonna glide over these words. Something that Elder Apostle, there you go. Something that Elder Apostle Kabar said. Hey, that brother walking in slow motion like a celebrity, man. Something that Elder Kabar said, man, don't be looking over words, man. All right? We're gonna know our book. If we don't read no other book, we're gonna know our book, man. All right?
How should I say? We know what we worship.
Yeah, we know we worship. Yeah. You can get discreet.
It says discreet, judicious in one's conduct or speech.
Being mindful in your conduct of speech. So women going out in groups, they drunk, they talking loud, they talking about dick and shit, all right? Causing all type of attention, yelling at niggas that pass by, you know? You're not being mindful because you drunk or you just lack shame, all right? So, hey, this is order, man. All right, go ahead.
For chaste for that means pure from every fault.
All right, go ahead. Is it more than that?
Yeah, what's more?
Yeah, because I know discreet also goes into self-control, which goes to being mindful of your conduct and your words. Is more than that? All right, let's get some more of that discreet right quick about the shop.
All right, it says possessed of, exercising, or showing prudence and self-restraint in speech and behavior.
Hey, woo! Because look, you have these conflicts with women, but it's so simple. But what women are supposed to do, it's so simple. Have self-control in your behavior and your words. Have self-control. With Eve, she tried to make it tough. But Eve makes it so difficult, like, no, but Eve knows everything but her role. Yep. Even if you get a woman that's so caught in the truth, she wanted no breakdowns. She wanted all this deep stuff, man. I'm like, all you gotta know, woman, is your role. Right. That's as a woman used to deal with. Stop texting me, asking me shit about the not shit. Stop texting me, asking me stuff about the scriptures. Just know your role. That's all you gotta do.
Perfect your role.
Stop, but you know what? You have an innate desire to lead a man. So you're gonna take them scriptures and put another man on. Or one up a man at work. Because you have an innate desire to lead.
And that's them spirits on.
Yep. Them damn spirits. All right?
It says circumspect.
Yep. If you're not circumspect, because circumspect means to see. How can you be circumspect if you're on the phone while you get out your car going to your apartment? Or you texting looking down while you walking? I almost finna get hit by a car. Don't you know, like, niggas watch you like you a fucking gazelle? All right? And, you know, was it more than that?
Yeah, wise, cautious, and not saying anything which might cause trouble.
You're not saying anything which might cause trouble, man. But just the way you conduct yourself, man.
Teaching adultery. Because nowadays, all the women tell their daughters to play the field. You know, and things of that nature. You know, so you're supposed to teach good things, and the good things come from the scriptures. If anything, perfect your role. That's what we have to do. We have to perfect our role.
I'm sorry, bro. A lot of you women are not in the truth.
Most of you, all of you women are not in the truth, damn it.
Yeah.
Let's just be real, man. Look, all y'all gotta do is believe. At most, what you can put on the comment board is Shalom. The apostles have told y'all that for years, but you're still asking these questions and things of that nature. No, if you're with an unbelieving man, you're supposed to stay with that unbelieving man.
Because you know what, a lot of you women, because every platform is groupies, right? For every platform, it's like women in that platform, right? So you do have women that believe, right? But then you got like little slow-key, adultery spirit women. They might got a man, but they still be trying to ask questions to this man, because really trying to get some type of rapport, man.
Look, what about Acts 16:1? Timotheus, his father did not believe, but his mom believed. So, hey, at the end of the day, according to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, it tells you how the unbelieving woman how the believing woman can save the unbelieving man. Because if not, your child won't be holy. So in the case of Timotheus, his mom believed, his father didn't believe, but he still was a man of Yahweh Shem. Period. It's that easy.
But
Man.
it's that easy, and your role is easy.
Your role is easy.
Your
man.
role is easy. Our role is more difficult than your role.
Oh, and I'm gonna say this: you can have a woman, a prophet can have a woman. She's eating pork, she's doing all of this, still going to church because of the love that Yahweh has for that prophet. That woman still can be saved.
And you know,
how real is that?
And you know what? Some of them unbelieving wives go harder than the believing wives. You know, some of the believing wives, some of the nuns, your woman that's a heathen or a heathen minded, she can respect you more than a Keisha with a hair right, man.
And that's why the scripture says, I'm glad you said that. How it goes.
You should be ashamed of the child parent.
No, when it talks about how the day come with Lord,
Yeah.
that goes to show you that a lot of the prophet wives are not gonna make it because that name when that scripture states Lord, it's in all caps. So yes, you have wives of the prophets that so-called believe they're gonna know Yahweh Hashem as far as the name, but at the same time frame, they're not gonna be saved because of that disrespect they have for their name.
Yeah, because like once again, your role is, and that's why I said a lot of you men are the truth, and what you said is true.
Yeah.
But a lot of women, but a lot of women, they got this innate desire to be doctrine oriented, to know the doctrine. Like, no, you're not in the truth. Your role is not to teach. Your role is to be subject and submissive to your husband. And in your actions, be an example of a righteous woman. Not in your words, in your actions.
In your actions, man.
Yeah.
Really a form of jealousy too.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to like play your position.
Because this is the only space where we lead. Because brothers have had gatherings, right? And women may have seen how we are amongst each other. And this is the only space where the attention is really given to the brothers. You know what I mean? Outside of this space, it's really about your woman. You know, but in this thing of ours, it's like, okay, now you're somebody. But then you know, Eve, in certain Israelite sects, Eve is like a part of what you're a part of. It's like, man, she want to be what you want. Like, no. All right? Okay, come. We still working on Chase.
I had one chase.
Yeah, I got chase. All right, this is for the term chase. Chase. You had it. Well, bring it out, little young man.
No,
He said he had.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Strong's G53, hard-nose.
Amnos, which means exciting reverence, pure from carnality.
Carnality, man. All right, because practicing sexual restraint.
That's it.
And even if you don't have a man, practice celibacy. You know, and I just speak as a man, but I'm saying, if you deal with a man, deal with that one man. Don't go on the date sites and you just dealing with different men.
No, don't do that.
But you should practice the art of just not having sex. You know, it doesn't matter what you did before you knew your how about your so you have a clean slate.
That's it.
But as a woman, I speak as a man. If you don't have a man, practice the art of not having sex. This is if you don't have a man, once again I speak as a man. Practice the art of going on water cleanses, smoothie cleanses, just physical cleanses, praying, practice certain prayers, maybe practice certain Hebrew prayers, but use that time to work on that part, the fasting and purifying yourself, man.
You pray to Yahweh Shai, he put a righteous man in your life.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
because whatever you don't have, you're not supposed to have it, and whatever you do have, you're supposed to have it.
And also in due time.
And he said, I will give every needful thing in due season.
Due season.
And we know you human. We're not saying, we all got needs,
That's
man.
it. That's it.
But hey, a lot of us went years without a woman.
Yeah.
A lot of 6 years without a woman, 5, 6 years without a woman. So part of being in this truth is suffering. You know, then you get a woman and date you about not having a woman again. So hey,
It's a lot to go. Technically, if the woman don't have a husband, Yahweh is your husband.
yeah.
You know, so you're supposed to be faithful unto him, continuing to learn his ways and serve him until he give you a husband.
They said, and part of your walk and part of your straightness, and also in this kingdom, you can get a lot of attention from men, but that's part of your sacrifice. You know, being on these social media platforms. But did you get everything out of Chase?
Pure from every fault, immaculate,
Yep.
clean, modest, innocent.
Hey, once again, mine is big.
That goes into moderation.
It goes to moderation. It goes into how you dress, how you conduct yourself. All right, but go ahead, brother.
I had one to get this definition, because all the definitions basically goes to the word, this word reserved.
Shit, we gotta stop right there about the shop. A woman being reserved. You know how powerful that is for your woman to be reserved?
Think about that scripture, the tender and delicate woman
Yeah.
among you.
Yeah.
That shows you back in the ancient time, our women was extremely feminine. It was on the level.
Cause what you say don't mean nothing. It's all in your action.
Yeah.
A woman says a lot when she let her husband lead. That your actions speaks a trillion words.
Right.
The fact that you let your husband lead and you just play the background, hey, that says a lot. As a matter of fact, you can hope we want that same scripture, but in the NLT. All right. You know.
Like on those dating sites again, like when they put on their profiles, they put like outspoken.
Yeah.
This is how you sell yourself to all types of men.
Hey, yep. Hey,
There's
but,
nothing attractive about that.
hey, but even when I looked at that, I was like, oh, swipe to the left. Yeah. Oh, outspoken. Yeah. Thank you for telling me up front. It's a lot easier to reject you without being in your face. Like, oh, swipe to the left.
And if you overlook that red flag, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid, yo.
Outspoken. Shit. Are you marketing? That's how you market yourself?
But it's kind of good they doing that shit.
Like telling you up front, like, yeah, thank you, Keisha.
Yeah, this car got oil in it.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Titus chapter 2, starting at verse 4 in the NLT, then they can urge the young woman to love their husband and children.
And your husband is not the man that you went through the state to say, this is my husband. This is the man you are currently laying down with.
That's it.
That's your husband. Because in Babylon, you Babylonians, you like to say things like, I'm single to marry, or he ain't got a ring on my hand. It is an excuse to be a whore. You know?
If you're having sex with the same man, you're joined to that man. That's what joins you. That's what marriage is. It's a union. And what promotes that union is sexual intercourse.
Yep. All right. That's right.
And to prove that, to back that up, as the scripture, I can't remember where it said exactly, but when the scriptures say, join yourself not to a whore. You know, so what, I mean, you're not going to get with a whore just to take her to dinner and wine and dine. You're going to do one thing.
That's it.
So how do you join yourself to her? You know, so.
Good point. Great point.
And the scripture says, give not thyself to a light woman. You know, you can pay for a light woman. But no, so we not like to actually join your life with that, man. That's a bad deal. All right? Because what was women's liberation or women's sexual revolution? Essentially, it was women's green light to be whores. All right?
Well, liberation goes into what, free?
Free? Let's get the word libertine. All right?
To be self-controlled and pure.
To be, because a discreet in the NLT is self-control. To be self-controlled, and then instead of chaste, it said pure. All right?
To be busy at home.
Shit. It's a whole art to be at home.
And we supposed to be busy in the scriptures, and see, you supposed to be busy at home.
And because some of that stuff, you know, that memory loss you have, and you know, you'll forget certain things, and you'll forget certain commitments you held throughout the week because you're doing everything. You're doing your role and the woman role. She's supposed to be here. She's supposed to move the way you move.
And I'm gonna say this in bros, don't be surprised if you get with a woman and she doesn't know how to be a wife. Because her mother hasn't taught her nothing. So in most cases, hey, you're gonna have to teach her her role.
Yeah, you gotta instruct her.
You have to instruct her, man.
Yeah, and don't, hey, and it's gonna say, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, so it's not gonna be perfect.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect union in this day and time.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who says it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Church say different.
Yeah. He's pandering. Your preacher is pandering to you.
Yeah.
Anytime your platform is full of women, somebody lying.
Yeah, and another thing, because a woman will tell you this too, well, the Bible said we don't supposed to be unequally yoked. So she'll use it, well, I'll make a little more than you, now we're unequally yoked. No. That means basically if you have two churches, if this church believes in the charisma and that church believes in that Christianity is the charisma, then both churches cannot basically be on one accord.
Well, let me ask you this, brother.
That's it.
Let's say you're a man that makes $20,000 a year. Let's say you got 16-year-old son. And his little gig he works, he makes $36,000 a year. Smart kid.
Okay.
Is he above you now?
No.
Still a fucking kid,
That's
man.
it.
Same thing with the woman, man.
That's it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Esau woman is in order. Although this dude is a weirdo, but his woman can make 90 to 100,000, and the husband can make 50,000, and that woman is going to take him the check, and she's still going to reverence him as the leader of their household. I see it all the time at work.
And two, to back you up on that, Esau will put his woman in that position to make more money than him because he's subverting the laws to do that.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to go to somewhere. My mind was somewhere, but I'm just gonna, continue the NLT. Because Esau likes being dominated. You know what Esau fetish is? Being dominated by a black woman. Like that's his thing. Like when Esau deal with escorts and stuff, black women, he gets into like the fetishes where she dominates him.
He tied up. He got this little ball in his mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he on his knees, spank me and shit.
Yeah, that's his thing, man. All right.
No.
It's Titus chapter 2, verse
Is
5.
this the man that made the earth the trouble? Shit. All right.
This is Titus chapter 2, verse 5. To be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, to be kind, and to be subject to their husband, so that no one will.
And that's another thing too. You're the leader, man.
Subject means under rule.
So don't be shamed out of your leadership. Don't have a lack of confidence, or don't be gaslighted out of your leadership. You know what the hell you're doing. This is the Most High is making us rulers, but right now He's making us rulers of our own homes, man. Hey, you know what you're doing, man. All right, Eve ain't got it, man. Contrary to how we were taught, a lot of us was raised by our moms, was raised in matriarchs. Eve don't have it, man. There's a difference between women that are raised by their mother and women that are raised by their father. It's a whole different outcome. All right.
Since you said that, I just came across another video. I got a TikTok video, but it was basically a lady, Rob. You know, on body games.
Yeah.
So anyway, they was all just chilling, and the lady was like, she was raised. She said, I was taught by my father that basically that a man's supposed to be about his purpose, and you supposed to support that man, when he's dealing with this purpose. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
If she's actually practicing that, that's kind of deep. It's rare.
Because, hey,
What did the scripture say? You find a good thing if you find a virtuous woman.
yeah.
So it's like a diamond in the rough.
Diamond in the rough, right?
So that,
And the virtuous woman on this side is wisdom. Sophia, man.
Yeah.
In the kingdom, man, right now we just got to deal with the stuff that's in the rough, man.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Cold.
so
Yeah.
that no one will malign the word of the Most High.
Hey, but that's it, man. A woman has a simple role to be a subject to you.
This Susanna would and what? There dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim. He took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, a very fair woman, and one that feared the Lord.
And that's something that was in my spirit throughout the week. The reason why women on this crazy stuff and they really don't have no reverence for their man, because they don't fear the Most High. The reason why there might be a whole different woman behind your back, she don't fear the Most High. So even when they get so-called married by today's standards, they don't have no fear, man. Our people don't have fear. The one thing about the Israelite woman today, she doesn't have any fear of the Most High.
Joe's wife. That's a good example.
Yeah. And which is it feminine? Feminine means without faith.
That's right.
But like this generation right here, they just 100% going off their nature. All right.
That's why the scripture says self-control.
Yeah.
Your flesh, you're supposed to have control or governance over your flesh. What you do with that?
Verse 3. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. To quote verse 30.
Teacher of good things.
Yeah,
Teacher of good
the
things.
laws is good things.
Verse 31. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and virtuous to behold. You go to the word delicate, goes to feminine. Goes to soft.
Bro, I'm watching the Shaka Khan video with the brothers down there in the Bay St. Louis. The brother Karatazar was putting us on. This was Shaka Khan in her 20s. It's something about the Israelite woman in the 60s and the 70s, maybe in the 80s, before like the demonic shit really hit. And it's like they weren't even doing a lot, but just the fact that she was on stage being feminine with all this hair, this petite frame, I'm like, oh my goodness. So just imagine this 3,000 years ago, man. All right? But it said she was a delicate woman. Nothing beats femininity.
No.
Sexy doesn't trump femininity. All right? It said delicate, and then it said for the delicate, it said feminine. Oh my goodness, man. If a woman is feminine, all right, that'll turn you on energetically.
I was just thinking about that. It turns you on.
You know what I mean? You can have a woman that's half naked, right? And we so desensitized to seeing that. But if you have a woman that's feminine, like she's really got that feminine thing, you start getting activated. You might have a woman, right, that's physically attractive, but when you get around her, you might not be aroused to have SCX. It just might not be there. You know, but you can have a woman that's like a 5 or a 6, but if she really feminine, it's like you start getting aroused, man.
That's why opposites attract.
Yeah.
You can be a so-called female, got the physical beauty, appearance. When she started talking and stuff like that, being masculine, you automatically turned off.
Yeah, like, hey, but our women are internally fucked up.
What did the Sirach 25 say? Don't seek a woman for her beauty.
Yeah. Because they got duties. That's why the Spirit got on us before you even said that in Titus 2, 2 and 5. It was like it went into her duties. Because we're not supposed to be so enchanted by a woman that she has no duties when you get with her. Because a westernized woman, they easily think that we're tricks. Or basically beta male providers, like you just provide and I do nothing. Hey, I'm giving you meat. I'm the table. So all you do, no, that's not the ways of our forefathers. You got duties, man. All right. And when I said tricks, I meant that. I didn't mean like paying for it. All right, let me correct that, man.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer, man. But Eve actually think that it's like an extended escort service. Well, I'm just paying to put a roof over your head, and she ain't doing nothing. All right. That makes sense.
That's what my uncle used to tell me, man. He was like, he said, you pay the bills, you get a hair down and nails. I said, hey, hell no. You take out? Yeah. You take out to the mall? I said, yeah, you can. I was like 18.
Yeah. It's extended.
Hey, shout out to John, man.
But like I said, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But but the ways of our forefathers, we just did it directly. But I'm saying this Western way, you pay for everything and she has no duties. That's not the way of our forefathers.
That's right.
All right?
Hey, this is Genesis 3:16. But to the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. And sorrow you shall bring forth children, and your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you.
So we gotta get back into that frame of us being a leader.
Yeah.
It ain't got, and what I've learned through the Spirit, it just, you create a program for your family.
And I'm gonna say this, and even if a woman has conquered you, she doesn't want you no more because that attraction is gone. So from a spiritual standpoint, a woman wants to be put in order. Right? She wants to follow you. She may talk that shit, but at the end of the day, once you give that guideway to a woman and she's leading your household, the attraction is gone. Because now she's leading you.
Right.
And that way opposites don't attract.
Yep, because you're not in your masculine.
Exactly.
You know. All right.
Women feel like when a man make a woman feel that he don't need her, you got her, you got the bottom out the palm of your hand. You know, because you like, if I gotta come home and do all of this, what do I need you for? You know? And so you really have to put them in their place.
Yeah.
As Elder Gabar said, you have to humble them. Mm-hmm. And make not just through sexually, but mentally.
Exactly, bro.
Something that I learned, you gotta have a life. Even if you got a woman, you gotta have a hobby.
Outside of that relationship.
Outside of that relationship. Your life can't be that relationship. You gotta like if you paint, man, paint.
Yeah.
You know, if you make beats, man, this ain't the time where I make beats.
Yeah.
You know, like you gotta do you,
Right.
even if you got a situation.
That's right.
You know, because that's another way your mind get all wrapped up in her shit, because you ain't got no happiness about you without her. You know?
You have
Yeah, be as though you had none. You know? Happy you, happy life, goddammit. Alright, now who? Oh, we never got Ciroc 36 and 22. Alright, we had some. No. Oh, okay. Alright, everybody's so
This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and 13. The grace of a wife delighted her husband, and her discretion perfected his bones.
Yep. And what was it, the GNT? Yeah, because it's somewhere in there, it went into her cookie. It straight up said her cookie, like one of those translations. And I was going into it. But before that, kid, probably get 30, Ciroc 36 and 26, I think. You know? Because we gotta really reprogram our minds. We gotta de-westernize ourselves too. Like dealing with yourself. Like in the West, you eat 3 times a day. But in the East, you probably ate no more than 2 times a day. And it's probably one major meal. You had a minor and a major. So around lunchtime, you might have had a minor refreshment, light lunch. But then around 6 p.m., that's when you had your supper, man. All right? So it's not just with women, it's a way of life, man. We got to de-westernize. It's beyond the laws. Because a lot of us, we keep the laws in a Western context. You know, okay, I don't eat meat, but you eat burgers and fries, you know what I mean? You know, I don't commit adultery, but look how you're dealing with the woman. It's still like a real Western way. All right?
You said Ecclesiastes chapter 26, Ecclesiastes 26 and 13. He states, a gracious wife is her husband's delight. Her abilities make him a stronger man. A wife who doesn't talk too much is a gift from the Lord. Such
Going back to being reserved in the NLT.
Yeah. Back in the scripture. Let me start over. Genesis, Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and 13. A gracious wife is her husband's delight. Her abilities make him a stronger man. A wife who doesn't talk too much is a gift from the Lord. Such restraint is admirable beyond words. A modest wife has endless charm. It is a quality too precious to measure. The beauty of a good wife is in her well-kept home is like the noonday sun shining in the Lord's sky.
Because your house supposed to be your sanctuary.
That's right.
So a man might not have a problem working 12 hours a day, however long, if he finna come home to an oasis, a sanctuary. You know, the carpet real clean, the kids tucked in,
Dishes clean.
The dishes clean. All right, it smell good, she smell good. Cause your helpmeet is really supposed to be like a masseuse, a waitress, a housekeeper, a hostess, all in one. Because we've been so disempowered that we don't believe or we forgot that we're entitled to all that, man. Your wife was supposed to be groomed from the time she was little to be your helpmeet, man. All right?
The flip side of that is a man that's coming home to a woman that he don't want to, and he going, you know, sighting.
They sit in the car.
Yeah.
Sit in the car.
He was saying that on his podcast some years ago. He said he actually sit in his truck. You know, said once he go home, they have to like, man, God damn, I got that. So he was smoking a couple blunts before he go there. Like you said, like nowadays you open the door, you tripping over your kids.
The scriptures say that I was trying to find, I think it's in there 26, where it say, you know, a husband hear his wife coming, and he begin to sigh. He's sitting around with the guys, and then he hear his wife coming, he begin to, you know, here she comes.
Oh, it's about 27?
Was it in 20? No.
What we looking for?
When the husband is sitting around and he hear his wife coming, he go to sight, you know.
Oh, it's not 25, it's about 25.
I was thinking too. Hey, I got you, Howard. It states Ecclesiastes 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkens her countenance like sackcloth. A husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he hears it shall sigh bitterly.
I know y'all have been in them apartment complexes, right? Even in your own neighborhood. It might be 2 o'clock in the morning and Keisha and Ray Ray going at it. And she loud as fuck. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. You tell that homo. You may hear a glass break. And it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. On a Tuesday. Like, I gotta be up at 5 in the morning. Yeah, I don't give a shit. You tell Tamika. Nah, fuck up that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Yeah, I told her. Like, nah. But even in the ancient world, there was grief. And we had that in the ancient world, man. There was always a Keisha in the tribe, man. All right? And that's, like I said, you come home, you already leaving hell.
Yeah.
You already been a human tool for at least 8 hours. Treated like shit. Now you pull up in a driveway, taking that deep breath, like, and some men, they got that liquor like right in the brown bag and shit, drinking. All right, just mentally preparing for the bullshit, man. That's hell, man.
I got y'all. This is in the GOT version. Ecclesiasticus 25:16. I would rather live in the same house with a lion or a dragon than with a bad wife. When a wife is in a bad mood, her expression changes until she looks like an angry bear.
Hey, I got one. This is a Good News Translation. Sirach. I started 27. A loud mouth, talkative woman is like a trumpet sounding the signal for attack. And any man who
It's
has
a loud, obnoxious noise, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that shit, eh? Go ahead, man.
and any man who has such a wife will spend his life at war. And you know what I found out about Judge Joe Brown? That Ike Turner wasn't the bad guy. Tina Turner was the bad guy.
Yeah.
He said he stayed around the corner from him.
Yeah.
Ike Turner used to get out the car and talk to the young men in the neighborhood and encourage them to stay in school, do good, things like that. It was like it was Tina Turner that was doing all type of mischievous shit, and really she was fucking with him. Like the movies flipped it, and she played the victim, but in real time, like Ike was like the victim.
Hey, look, whoever Esau esteems, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Always remember that shit.
Yeah.
You know, hey,
Yeah.
a little more. Hey, back in verse 10, her husband has to go and eat with his neighbors where he can't hold back his bitter sides. Think about that household situation. I gotta go back to this motherfucker. I can't leave her.
Hey.
She own everything.
Hey,
And you understand why some people be at work all night.
yeah. Hey, and we gotta learn. And hey, brothers, this ain't all about sex, man.
Yeah.
You know, for young men, you know, you gotta be careful not to. Hey, we gotta be practicing self-restraint too, because you can't be getting any old thing pregnant. Now they got your baby and y'all stuck for life.
Stuck for life.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so you don't want to have these situations where even in Babylon, you know, you catching hell. You can still cause your own effect, man. You know?
I remember one Sunday, man. I think y'all had came over to the old spot. Me and Bond, we was chilling first. And Bond was like, yo, it's time for you to go to the airport to get old girl. I didn't even want to go, bro.
Oh, yeah. He was too quiet at home, bro.
He was like, yo, you know, it's time to go get us. And shit.
It's a posting on IG that always get me. It said, you know, a man carried by 12, but only took one woman. It takes a man. It takes 12 men. It takes 6 men to carry a man to his grave, but only one woman to put him there.
That's a good one.
But statistically, a man is basically handpicked by his wife or just stressed by his wife. He has so much more percentages of dying faster. There are men in America dying from their wife.
Right.
They're slowly dying from a nagging woman. That's the word, nagging. Nagging will kill a man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
You know, just somebody nagging and just micromanaging and all that crap,
Yeah.
man.
Like you said, the judge was Samson. It grieved him to feel like dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a word. I can't think of that word. But basically, she damn, I can't think of that word. Basically, she whined to death. Like she, you know what I mean? Like she, you know how you whine, but please, if you love me, and she kept doing it till he got weak. You know, in that particular case, that's how he got weak, man. But like domestically, nagging is like somebody. Everything you do is an argument. Everything, the drawer open or whatever, like that's, you know, that'll kill a man.
Driving too fast.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
You ain't done eating yet.
Yeah. Why you eat so fast?
Right.
You know? I don't
Then
eat
you
at
be
the
one of
Cheesecake
the
Factory.
Exactly. That shit good, man.
Yeah.
Heard that he did a skit like that, you know. I think it was at Kings and Company, if I'm not mistaken. That's when he started like, you drive too fast. Go here, go there. You know, he was just like,
And then Jake,
yeah, he just said, "Are you tired and shit too?"
yeah, and then
And
Jake,
these millionaires, bro,
yeah, oppressed.
oppressed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, man.
No, I mean, then Jake kills himself through the way he de-stresses. Cigarettes, hard liquor, food. You know, this is all captivity. It ain't just a woman, but she's part of it.
Right.
But the way you deal with Babylon, it usually kills you, ironically. The way you de-stress from Babylon is what really kills you. The
Right.
cigarettes, the liquor, the processed food, the sweets, you know?
So that's the knockout punch right there.
Yeah. Chase, then when a Jake, when you frustrated, you escape through women. So a lot of times your frustration make you pursue women. And now you create other problems through other women. Making babies through other women, but you still making the same amount of money. So it's like a circulatory death. All right? We're going to get these final scriptures.
This is Ecclesiasticus 42, verse 6. Sure, keeping is good where an evil wife is, and shut up where many hands are.
Yep. And but basically, in so many words, the Most High is restoring order to our nation.
Yeah.
And the order starts at home, man.
That's right.
So really, we all bishops when it comes to the household, man.
Yeah.
So if Eve want to know everything, know your place.
And how you carry yourself at home is how you manifest outside of home. Too.
Yeah.
You know, so everything starts at home.
Yep. So, hey, man, that's pretty much the point, man. And the reason why the spirit happened on Eve because, hey, we are Yahweh Shai's woman. We have to be in order under Yahweh Shai. You gotta be in order under us. All right, we ain't just going off our own dome. We're going after the book, man. You know, and that's pretty much the point, man. Is that, hey, the Most High waking us up from captivity, and He's putting everything back in order, man. And for the 2/3 of our people, which are majority women, they refuse to be in order. They're gonna be put to death, man. All right, that's the great for the cluster. We're the great for the cluster, Abba willing, man. Hey, but with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Baruch.
double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great minister all rule well. Peace and blessings have the wellness and house of David the elect. Above. Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, you go down there with it.